Hey, good morning. Happy Sunday. Hello, user. How are you doing? Time for some tactics. Thank you. Good to see you too. Okay, Puzzle Rush. Let's warm up. I might be a bit sleepy, so let's see. And slow, sleepy and slow. Hey, Sefa. Good morning. How you doing? Oh, there was a checkmate on H2, Pepe. My goodness, Bishop Linus there. Take rook and H7. Yeah. Yeah, I thought the same. The mate on E7, but it didn't work. I need to trade rooks first. My other rook is hanging. Oof. Anders, thanks for the follow. Wow. I'm 20. Wow, this is the worst puzzle rush ever. I'm tempted to play again. Yeah. Warm up a bit more before the real tactics. I have the feeling I'm still not properly woke up. Hey Fonsa, I can do worse. You believe in me? Thank you. Thank you very much. That's the spirit. Now that's a fun. Hey the Grief, what is up? So he's threatening checkmate on G7. Okay. That was very simple, to be honest. Hey OJ, what is up? Good morning. Watching me and the cricket. It was just a piece. Okay, that's a queen. Thankfully I have this. This check looks interesting. Now half a draw, but it is just a draw. I don't see anything better. That's a sexy mate. And this is almost checkmate, but he has this knight here. No. Oh, but I have the bishop. Yeah, the bishop. Well, it's a piece anyway. Yeah. Go New Zealand. What? You're talking about cricket? What a position. So if he doesn't have a threat, I go queen. No, I don't. It's checkmate in 2, Pepe. Yeah, I'm sleepy. I'm really sleepy. But at least now this is a 30. So I guess I'm fine. I guess I'm on my usual now. So I'm tempted to take that and take the rook, of course. I want to attack that. How wrong can it be? E8 looks tempting. Rook takes g7, of course. This check has to be played. This and this. And black. Okay, no time. 36, not terrible. Definitely not bad. Good morning, guys. I need to grab more coffee. But I'll load the first tactic for you before going there. Tactics. I need to sleep more. Okay, 34-14. We're on our road to 3500, guys. On our road to 35. Let's go. Where is my hat? I don't know, I have several hats. Let's load the first position. I'm gonna grab more coffee while you look at this. Franz Kappa, the one and only. Thanks for the follow. Didn't I hit on start? Did you send it to Karmar? No, I'm gonna send it tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna send it to Karmar. Didn't I just click start? It's not loading a puzzle. This is the tactic. Okay, this is the tactic. Okay, Franz Kappa's metamorphosis. Okay, now this position makes more sense. I think this rings a bell. This position rings a bell to me. Sounds familiar. It asks you d4 or e4. E4 was winning, of course. E4 was the winning move in that position. Yeah, so I didn't send the hat to Karmar yet. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but I'm gonna have it like halfway back. But I'm thinking about recording a video of the packaging, like instead of the typical unpackaging, doing a packaging video. Anyway, I'm gonna go grab coffee while you think about this unboxing in reverse. Exactly, let's call it boxing. And I remember there was some ideas of checkmating him. I remember something. So I remember some knight f2 maybe. There was some ideas of checkmate with the... Oh yeah, I remember now. And what I remember is I did this with my students maybe... Yeah, I've put this position to my students maybe back in February or March. We're gonna have fun with this one. Okay, I'm gonna grab coffee. The cup. Okay. Okay. So, before going crazy with the lines, let's do a proper assessment of this position, what the forces in play are. We have two pieces, while black has two pawns. Then we have, of course, this pawn here as well. So we're really up on material, but of course black is going to promote here, and it's really hard to stop. Really hard to stop that, if not impossible. On the plus side, if when it's my birthday, just in 7 days from now, in 7 days. Yeah, on the plus side, if we threaten checkmate and we do a mate construction, we can probably allow a queen to get here to then deliver the checkmate. Also, we would love to promote this pawn. We would love to promote this pawn, but we can win with knight and with only knight and bishop. So what are the plans? One plan could be to stop the pawns somehow. It doesn't look like we have time, but that's one option. So check and knight takes h7 looks really dull, because worst case scenario black can go this way and take our pawn. What about king f4 and try to force him into the white corner? Yeah, well, I, king f4 looks really tempting. Looks really tempting. I think it's probably the move. It's the move that looks most interesting to me. Bishop d7 check has to be calculated as well. I don't know if I should start with that, but I have the feeling king f4 is a move. Hey Bobby, what is up? So yeah, king f4 is somehow forcing, somehow. It's not quite forcing because he has king h2 or king h4. But let's have a look at king a4. Let's suppose he goes a2, as he probably should. You have your game in 30 minutes. Okay. So you're playing a tournament, right? Because you played yesterday, you played today. How many days is it? And how are you doing in the tournament? And how long is the game? And 1 week, 9 rounds. Okay. Is this second round today? Or more? Can we follow it on chess results or somewhere else? It's classical chess, 90 plus 30. I can keep throwing questions at you. Oh, plus 30 at move 40. That's nice. We don't have those in Spain. Second round, you won first. Okay, cool. So you have a whole week. We can't follow. Boo! Terrible. 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 No, I know you're lying. I know I can, but you don't want to give up your real name. Okay, so king f4. Let's suppose he goes a2. What is my idea? Well, knight g5 check, of course. And we have two options. You really can't. So king h2, we have this check. That is interesting because with a discovered check we could reach c2 and that's gonna be a win. It's a little tournament. Okay. I mean, even the tiniest tournaments here are published on chess results. I think, if not on chess results, on Info64, which is a Spanish website for tournaments as well. You won versus an 1800 and you play against another 1800. Okay. You got this, man. Good luck. So today you're black, right? You can play the French. In France, few games are published. Okay, interesting. So king f4, a2, knight g5 check. It will be Slav. He plays d4. King h2, knight f3 check, king back to h3. And then I don't have bishop d7 checkmate because there's the g2 square available. But if I start with king f2, a2, knight g5 check, there's king g4. There's only 4 games of me in the database and all were playing in Spain. So the idea is simply, as you said, to get the knight to c2. Yeah, but it's not that easy to get the knight there. That's the thing. I think it's not that easy. Yeah, knight g5 check, the problem is he has 2 good moves, king h4 and king g4, and I don't think we have answers for both of them. So let's see again this line, king f4, a2, I might want the knight on f5 at some point for some checkmate idea. Oh, you're right. After king g2, I have 91 check. Yeah, you're right, Twitch Railbird. Yeah, that works. I think that works. Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, king f4, if a2, knight g5 check, if he goes down. Knight f3 check, and yeah, if he runs here, we have knight e1, and it can't be right. There's seriously something wrong. No, I think that's it. I mean, I think that's it for this line. If he goes back to h3, we go bishop d7 check, king g2, knight e1 check, king c2, knight c2, and that's a win, as far as I can tell. Bishop f5, bishop takes h7 is gonna follow, and that's complete win. So if king f4, a2, which is not forced by any means a2, but it's the most critical, I think. After knight g5 check, he cannot go down, so he must go to h4. Now, once there's the idea of bishop f3, bishop g4, I think. Bishop f3, so that the king is trapped, but he already played a2, right? So so we don't have time for the checkmate construction, so let's see it again. King f4, a2, knight g5 check, king h4. Okay, bishop f3 is really slow. We have knight f3 check with the same construction as before, so he has to go king h5. And now I really want the knight on f5, so I think I play knight d4. Knight d4 is a sexy move there. Because if he promotes, I go bishop e8 check. If he takes the pawn, knight f5 is checkmate. If he goes back to h4, if he goes back to h4, knight f3, king h3, bishop d7, king g2. No, that's not quite working. So bishop e8 first? No. Okay, I have the feeling there's something there. King f4. Hey, the Panzer Real, thanks for the follow. Maybe we need to allow queening. Yeah, that's what I'm trying. So king f4, a2, knight g5 check, king h4. Knight f3 check, he goes up. So what if I start with bishop e8 check first? Is that too much? Bishop e8 check, king takes, and knight d4, threatening knight f5 checkmate. If he avoids it with king g7, then I can play knight c2. And I guess we're able to stop all the pawns. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, let's calculate a tiny bit. So king f4. If he goes differently, like c3, I think we do the same. Because if we ever get with the knight to c2, it's done. So I think a2 is more or less forced. So king f4, a2, knight g5 check, king h4, knight f3 check, king h5, bishop e8 check, king h6, knight d4. What was that sound? Field use, orange juice, thanks for the follow. Let's say king g7, knight c2. Yeah, many moves. In that position, the puzzle would not continue, but I want to assess whether that's winning or not. I think it's completely winning. It's completely winning. After knight c2, the pawn a2 is gonna be hanging, so I can play like bishop b5, and after c3, bishop c4, and my king is really, really close to the h file. As my bishop can go away far to defend the knight on c2. Yeah, it's completely winning. It's completely winning. So I guess that's it, guys. Let's do it. Yeah, he goes for this line. If you have no first move, you can rush king f4. Am I right? If I have no other, yeah, but yeah, but we saw the whole line, so it's okay. Yay, 3 points. Next one. Anytime he went down, like for example after this check, anytime he goes down, we have this idea of bishop check, king must go to g2, knight e1 check, followed by knight c2. So that's why he had to go up. And after this check, takes is forced, of course. And here knight e4, because we want to go to c2. We don't want the checkmate. I mean, knight h4 wouldn't work because he's going to prevent the checkmate, of course. Okay, let's continue. Okay, this is interesting. This sounds is automatic when you win a position, or is it from you? No, it's my sound machine. It was my sound machine, Mark. Okay, I want to play queen h1 and take the queen. How about that? If only I could. This check looks interesting for a couple of reasons. King g1 is not a move. That's one reason. And if he goes like here, I can check here, and then he has to go to the back rank. Then after the checking here, knight back to e2, to e4 check. Still, that queen is surviving for some reason, so maybe knight g3 is just a stupid idea to start with. Okay, now it's quite tempting to enter f2 as well. It's really, really tempting to enter f2. It's so tempting that so tempting. There are a couple of checks here that could be interesting as well. He only has one check, unless I stop controlling f1, then he has that other check as well. Queen g5 check, what? What? King h3? Okay, I guess you mean in some of the lines I said. Anyway, I'm gonna start with this check because I think it's very forced. He has to go here. There's no other move. And then if I check here, there's this move, probably only move, although king d1 could be a move. Okay, let's discard king d1. Check, check. Okay, no, king d1 is a move. Shoot. It didn't look like a move, but it is a move. That's queen d4 though. Why not king e1? Yeah, same reason. Yeah, king e1 transposes to the same line. So he can go king e1 as well. I'm thinking queen d4 after that, but queen d4 he can go back to e1. No, he loses the queen there. So queen d4, he has to go king c2, queen c4 check, and he can go to d1, but then queen d3, king e1. No, wait, if queen c4, king d1, maybe knight f2, king d2, queen f4, king c2. Yeah, no, doesn't work. Doesn't work. So I'm gonna start calculating these checks over here. Not sure which one. I guess queen a6 is a bit more flexible than queen b5, but I'm not sure. I guess he cannot go here. It looks like he cannot go there. Yeah, he cannot go there. He's checkmated. And if he goes here... then I do queen a7 check. That's a sexy one. Okay, it's sexy, but it's not. It's nothing. It was just sexy. Only that. Okay, if I ever get queen f3 with his king on e2, I win the queen. So yeah, I'm sort of discovering some corresponding squares there. So maybe the first idea I had wasn't that bad after all. So knight g3, he has to go king e1, right? Pepe, you said knight g3, king f2, queen f3, king e2. No, I didn't say king e1, I guess. Yeah, the king cannot go to e1. You're right, Sefa. So king g1, queen h1. And that's winning. So after knight g3, he cannot go king f2. Yeah, knight g3, he has to go king e1 probably, because knight g3, king g1, we have queen h1 anyway. So knight g3 he has to go king e1. But I'm not sure how good is that. Well, queen e4 maybe after that, right? Knight g3, king e1, queen e4 check. And king d2, I guess. Let's calculate. So after queen e4 check, yeah, king d2 is the only move. Then we have maybe queen d4. But there's king c2. Yeah, maybe not queen d4. Queen e2. Okay, let's assume we can get back with our knight to e4. So queen e2 check, king c3, knight e4 check, king d4, which is not forced, and I'm not liking it. No, that king is running too active. But queen e2, king c3 looks interesting. My knight is on g3. Think about playing queen a2 or something like that. No, I don't like it. Okay, not queen e2, but queen g2. Instead of queen e2, queen g2. How about that? So he cannot go to c3, he has to go to d3 or e3. I don't see anything there. Imagine the solution just queen takes b4. I don't think so. I don't think so. So queen e4 check, king d2, queen g2 check. Maybe queen e7 instead of queen e4. Is that too much? Oh, taking the pawn after knight g3, after king e1. How's that good? I don't see it, Sefa, because after queen takes b4, queen d2, any check I do, he blocks with the queen with check. Ah no, he cannot block on e2 with check. Okay. So knight g3, king e1, queen takes b4 check, queen d2, queen e4 check. Hey Sphinxy. I just don't know how to continue that line. I feel in these puzzles you never take the pawn. Okay. So queen f7, check. King f3 looks interesting. I had a brief look at that. But queen d1 or queen a3, I don't know, many annoying moves, queen a3 especially. About queen f7, king e1. Yeah, king e1 is annoying there. Oh, I'm stupid. Sort of. So this queen f7 is not so stupid. So queen f7, queen f2, he has to be on d1. After that, there's no other choice, because if the king is here, knight c5 wins the queen. Yeah, so queen f7, queen f2 is really forcing. The king will be here on d1 after that. Let's try and take it from there. Sefa says knight g3, king e1, queen e4, king d2, queen g2, king d3, queen d5, king e3, and find a mate. Is king e3 forced? Can't he go king c3 after queen d5 check? Oh no, king c3 is not legal. King c2, I meant. King c2. Yeah, king c3, knight e2. And your move, by the way, king e3, you can just answer with queen g5 and win the queen. But king c2 instead. And I don't know, queen c4. I don't see the mate. I see how we take the pawn, and we can even take the pawn with check, but I don't see a mate. So let me go back to this queen f7, queen f2 line, and when king c2 after queen d5. After queen d5, Sefa. Knight g3, king e1, queen e4, king d2, queen g2, king d3, queen d5, king c2. I say king c2 there. Maybe knight e2 is a move after that. After king c2, knight e2. Looks interesting. But I don't see how to follow up there, so I'm gonna continue with this queen f7, queen f2 line for a moment, because it's also very forcing. Except I don't see anything. Please don't solve it too fast. No, yeah, I'm doing a good job at not solving it too fast. I'm calculating a line after queen c4, king b1, queen takes b4 check, queen b2, knight c3 check, king c1 has to be played. And I don't win there, I think. So I need queen b3 check instead. but then I don't have knight c3. So yeah, that's so tricky. That's so tricky, that pawn. It takes queen b2. Yeah, that's annoying, queen b2. If I want to avoid queen b2, I have to play queen b3 check, knight e2 check, king there. That doesn't work either. b3 check, king b2, queen d1 check, king... No, that doesn't work either. To king b1, I can try... No. I should not allow that. Queen d7. Good one. It would be nice if the move is something like king h3. And then when he checks, we block with check. c4. Nope. Don't see anything, guys. I don't see anything. Okay, let's go back to the knight g3 check line. Knight g3 check, he has to play king e1. Queen e4 check. Queen e4 check, he has to play king d2. Queen g2 check. He has to play king d3 or king e3. Yeah, king e3 is annoying because we're just repeating if I go queen e4. So I guess king e3 is the critical line because king d3 we saw that queen d5 was a move, but king e3, how do I avoid repetition? I don't want to go queen e2, king d4. Doesn't look right. So I go queen f3 so that he has to go back to d2. And then what? Queen d5 check. No, everything looks wrong. Take knight e4 check. And we're back to this position after king c2. Queen e2 check. I didn't see that. Queen e2 check. King b1 first. Yeah, with the queen on f3, knight e4 check, queen e2 check. I know he can go to b3 as well. Ay. Don't see anything there. There's no king e3. Yeah, with mine. There was king e3. There is a shish. No, there's no skewer with my queen on g2. Maybe we're not talking about the same line, Sefa. After knight g3, king e1, queen e4, king d2, queen g2, there is king e3. There is king e3. I don't have a skewer. Right? Not the same line. Okay, not the same line, definitely. Look, it looked that way. It looked like we were not talking about the same line. I think I'm gonna grab some water. This puzzle is being especially tough. If you want to solve it, please draw arrows. Let's flip coin if heads. Knight g3. Too many moves. Okay, so to sum up what we discovered so far, knight g3 forces king e1. Because, for example, if king f2, just queen check and we win the queen. Well, I mean, if king e1, there's checkmate, so the king has to go to g1, but the queen h1 wins the queen. After knight g3 check, if he goes king g1, king h1 again. So yeah, this move is forced, queen e1. Then queen e4 check is interesting. But I guess it has the same problem of queen h1, which is that he can run to d2, and then it's really hard to coordinate knight and queen to win. But maybe there's a way. In these puzzles there's usually a way. Like, for example, let's say we did queen e7 maybe instead of queen e4. Then we would have queen g5, he has to go here, I don't know. But we also have queen takes b4, queen d2 is forced, then queen e4 check, king d1 maybe, or maybe king f2 is a move. And in many cases there's these positions where we would love to go back to e4 to do a fork, but our queen is there. So it's all very tricky, all very tricky. In general, I don't want to take the pawn. Okay, I'm gonna go grab water, refresh my head a bit. Listen to music will grant you power. I don't think so. It usually distracts me a bit. I'm gonna just go grab water, regular water, and while you keep thinking. Okay, I'll be right back. More coffee? No. Not fizzy. Yeah. Turn on your lilas. Okay. Yeah, I feel fizzy water usually helps me for creative chess. Regular water helps me for calculation. So, idea so far. I have many candidate moves, that's a problem. Knight g3 is one, queen f7 is other, queen a6 and queen b5, which looks similar. If only I could discard one of them. Queen a6 and queen b5 same. Yeah, they seem very similar. I don't see a particular reason why queen a6. Queen a6 looks a bit more flexible, like, you know, being able to get to a dark square here, which is anyway it's protected. But being able to go there, I don't know. But maybe this is tiny better because of that. I don't know. What about queen b5? Okay, let's have a look at that. Queen b5 check, king g1. But why not king e1 there? That's my first question. But okay, let's say king g1, queen b6 check. Ah, you have the line there if king e1. But queen b6 check, king h1. And I had this problem already in other line, that if I go, I cannot go to the h file now with the queen. And even if I could, it's not a big threat if he goes king g1, king back to g1. And if king e1, queen takes b4, yeah. I thought should be a win if king h1. Yeah, but there's no win, I think. Yeah, I've seen a similar line with queen a6, queen a7. I tried that line before. Queen a7, and if king h1, queen h7 check, king back to g1. I mean, there's checkmate if he plays bad, like king g2, queen h3. I didn't found a win for knight g7. I will try queen d7. Queen d7 in the first move. Ufda. Ah, queen f7. No, queen f7 and knight g3 are definitely the two most forcing moves. And in general, I like to keep the knight here if possible. So I think I would calculate queen f7 a bit more. But the problem is after the king reaches d1, I don't see how to continue. That's my tabilla, my key position to calculate there. Queen f7, it don't matter if he goes to e1 or e2. After queen f2 check, he has to go to d1. So that's the key position. Either knight f2 nor knight g3 works after king h1. I don't think so. If your queen's still on the dark square diagonal, I guess I go king g2 against both of them. And if you check me, I'm gonna go king f2 against both of them. In one of them taking the knight, in the other just running away. Is Hin Suxuan after queen d1? Oh, you mean like black is in Suxuan? It's like Suxuan. Yeah, he has the check on. He has the check on f1. So we would need to prevent that, maybe moving the king somewhere without allowing any other checks. And yeah, the queen is tied to defend this guy, the checkmate. You're certainly right about it, but I didn't find a move. Yeah, I was thinking that about the Suxuan, and he has queen h6 maybe. Yeah, queen h6 still defends this. So maybe king h5 could be a move there. To prevent queen h6, and he doesn't have checks. I don't believe king moves, but yeah, I mean, if he's in Suxuan, then king h5 could be a move there. I don't believe it. Well, what does black move after king h5? That's my question. Because it's not easy to keep d2 defended. I guess he has to play b3. And then that might be a concession already. We might have the c3 square. I'm liking that idea, Sefa. I'm liking that idea of king h5 there. I vote for the non-forcing queen d7. Oh, there's queen f4. Ah, no, my queen is on f2. No, I thought I was giving up f4. No, yeah. After king h5, I think the only move for black is b3. So we found a forcing move, I think, king h5. Oh, by the way, I'm just realizing king e2 is not a move here because of queen f3 check, and we win the queen with queen h1. So after queen f7 check, king e1 is forced. Then queen f2 check, king d1 is forced. But if he's king h5, I will say I did it. So you don't believe it, but if that's the solution, you will take the credit. Okay. So after king d1, I think king h5 forces b3. Let's think it twice. So he has no checks. That makes sense. Yeah, he has no checks. And he has to keep d2 protected. And the queen has no squares on the diagonal because we protected h6. So I think b3 is forced. Yeah. So let's calculate from there. Maybe now, if that's the right move, then this should be 5,000. Well, I mean, I thought it was kind of a Suxan, but until Sefa said that, I didn't realize we could go king h5. I think king h5 is a very interesting move to explore. It looks like the kind of move for this type of puzzle. So let's calculate from there. After b3, can we start checking now that we have c3? Let's do it with queen d4 now, or what? Or queen f1. Queen f1 might be more forcing. I really don't believe, but I will put my 20% of the money. Okay, so let's say queen f1, forcing king c2. That's the most forcing. Then we have either queen e2 or queen c4. Then b3, queen f3 wins, says Bewitz. Queen f3 instead of queen f1? Why? Well, queen f3 also forces king c2. Ah, and then we have queen c3. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, after b3, queen f3. If he goes to e1, he loses the queen. So king c2, queen c3 check. If king d1, knight f2 wins the queen. And if king b1, knight d2 wins the queen as well, right? Yeah. Yeah, queen f3, queen c3, guys. Queen f3, queen c3, and check with the knight and we win the queen. King a2 if knight d2. But we take the queen. The pawn still can move. The pawn can still move. It's not stalemate. Right? Knight d2, king a2, queen takes queen, b2, queen c4, I guess. Wow. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it. We win the queen. Yes. Yes. And now for the sexiest move ever. Yes. Now queen f3, queen c3, and knight d2. And now we take the queen, right? That's the easier. And then we have queen a2. I mean, I'm worried in case we have a checkmate or something that I'm missing, but I guess we take the queen. Yay! 4 points. and the rating is 3362. By far not the most difficult one we've been done. Credit to Cefa, yeah. Wow, this is a sexy move. The puzzle ID. Oh yeah, it's here. 41244. What happened? What do you mean, Sphinxy? We solved the puzzle. King h5, sexy move here. No other move works here. King h5 is a joke move. No, the opponent is in Zugzwang. Look at that. The king cannot move, the queen cannot move. If we go to h5. King h5, what is the threat? It's to force b3. It's not a threat. It's preventing queen h6 and preventing the check. After queen h5, this queen has no moves. So it's a Zugzwang, because the queen needs to protect d2 for the checkmate. So both king and queen are in Zugzwang after king h5. And then he's forced to push the pawn, which gives up this important square on c3. So after b3, we go to c3 and we win. That's sexy. And of course, king here, I think knight f2 check just wins the queen. And after queen f3 check, if king e1, queen h1 wins the queen because of this construction. So yeah, it's all forced. And when we started, king e1 was forced because king e2, there's queen f3 check, queen h1 check, and we take the queen. If king g2, just queen f2, knight g3 is checkmate, and if king g1, the same. Yeah. And I think there's no other lines. Yeah, this is forced. King h5. Wow, that was sexy. Next. Okay, another domination. What if there is no black pawn? What if there is no pawn black? If black didn't have a pawn, I guess the Zugzwang, after the Zugzwang we would win because he wouldn't have that move, b3. We would win anyway, I believe. Which would be also a very beautiful puzzle, maybe. Unless there's a difference at that point, at some point. Yeah, but I think let's put it that for a second on a board analysis, because that's a nice suggestion. Maybe there's another wing without the pawn, but it's a nice suggestion to have the puzzle without the pawn. Tools, board editor. Clear. So we had the king here, he had the king here, knight here, and there was the pawn. Queen here. It was, no, there was the check, so the king is on f1. So without the pawn, white to play, analysis board. Yeah, without the pawn, maybe there's another wing now that there's no pawn, but I think the same should work. The queen check here, and he has to go here. You know, same lines apply here, obviously, for the checkmate, and I think the same line applies after king e2, queen f3 check, only move, and we win the queen. So basically, this is forced, and we can do the same king h5. And actually, I'm seeing here we have the database, the tables. It says king h5 is the only winning move. So yeah, and queen f2 is the only winning move. And here it says queen f7 is the only winning move. Aha! So we have the hint here without the pawn. It's the same idea to win. King h5. Cool puzzle. And now the best move is queen f4. Beautiful puzzle with and without the pawn. This is maybe cleaner as a puzzle without the pawn. Like queen must move and we're gonna have checkmate or take the queen. This is complete domination of the queen. Okay, so let's see the next one. Now I realize I'll never have 3000 tactics rating. Why not? It's just about spending time. Mate in, it said 11, I think. Just memorize the table base, exactly. Okay, white to move. What is this forking position? Wow. Okay, so the obvious bishop c3. Nah, just kidding. So black already has a queen, and black wants to get another queen. Thankfully, the king is terrible. But how do we make use of that? Well, bishop c3 is maybe not a stupid move. Any bishop move would threaten to promote with checkmate. So where do I want it? Why is there a water bottle next to your score? It's fizzy water. It's one of our emotes. So it's my avatar basically on chess.com. That's why. Whoa, Ingo! Hey, thanks for the subscription, man. Oh, that's nice. Thanks for the support. You have now access to the perks. If I remember the command. Yeah. Thanks for the support, mate. So we have maybe this as well. You showed him that emote and he was all over it. What? Black doesn't have a check on the next move. That's good news. Well, black has a check. Yeah, I know what you mean. So bishop here, let's say, threatening to promote, he's forced to take the pawn. And then let's do the check. Didn't even know that I get something in return. Just watched the endgame stuff last time and came back. Yeah, thanks for coming back. So after the check, he has to go down, and then we can play king g6 maybe, or what? Whoa, another subscription, Mark. Thank you. Thanks, guys, for the support. I tell you the same as I told to Ingold. You have access to the perks. Perks up 1. And Kenan Fintelman, thanks for the follow. Yeah, and you have the emotes now. You have the water emote and maybe probably the Pepple Roar that I cannot type. Yeah. Rar, exactly. You can redeem the perks there. Okay, so let's do check. Takes, check. So I put it on e5, although to be honest, it works on f6, d4, c3 as well. The idea is then I would have check on this diagonal, but yeah, it works in all of them. So my first sub ever. Wow, thank you so much for the support. Wow, that means a lot. Tell me why rook c3 is bad. I don't know. I'm not considering that move yet. I guess he takes the pawn anyway. Rook c3, king takes h7, and if rook h3, king g8, I don't know. I don't like rook c3, but maybe it's rook c3. Anyway, rook c6 on the first move, and after he takes the pawn, I feel like I need the bishop out of there to have a follow-up. I need to... Jacqui, in your line, after rook c7, king takes bishop, if king g6, queen takes c2 check, is annoying, isn't it? No, it's not. That's a good line, Jacqui. That's an interesting line. But it's not forced. It's not forcing. So after rook c6 check, he can go king h5. Ah, you meant rook c7 on the first move. Nah, then he just promotes. We don't have a threat. Okay, let me finish my calculation of this line. I'm calculating 4 lines at the same time. I mean, the same idea for these 4 lines. But the bishop check, Jacqui, in your line is just a bishop check, and you don't have more. I mean, then he takes the pawn. Then you don't have a good discovery, do you? I don't know. I want to calculate line by line. I don't want to get distracted with your line yet. let me finish my line. Rook c3, how will you continue? Okay, I'm not gonna follow your lines, guys. I'm about to hide the chat. You're distracting me. Yeah, in tactics, if I don't have any temptation, my mental process is the following. If I don't have any temptation, I will look for candidate moves that are strong moves, like checks, checkmate threats, or captures. In this case, I do have a temptation. I do have the temptation to go with the bishop to one of those 4 squares. So I will calculate that first, because sometimes you smell something, and sometimes the temptation is good and it's working. So you should use your intuition. If your intuition tells you there's something somewhere, you should check that first, and then check the strong moves if that doesn't work. And then if that doesn't work, then keep digging. So I'm gonna consider this first. I think any of those 4 moves, well, let's not do this one because of queen takes c2. Any of those 3 moves, force king takes h7, then I can continue with a check on c7. He cannot go down because, to h6 because he's checkmated, so king g8 is the only move. And then I was thinking maybe king e6 or king g6 could be moves to consider. You know, trying to checkmate him. If I go king g6, there's the problem king f8, which is probably the only move, because I'm threatening a checkmate that is really hard to stop. And after king f8, I don't think I have anything, except I could have bishop check and rook e7 check and take this, but yeah, that's not really winning. So so maybe after king g8 I have something better than king g6. Rook g7, he's gonna play king f8, of course, so I don't like that. If I play king e6, he's gonna have the g6 square after king h7 at some point. Like, for example, king e6, he promotes Rook c8 check, king h7, rook h7 check, king g6, and I have nothing. So after king g6, king f8 is annoying. What if I play king f6 instead? King f6, that would be weird, but it could work. I guess he promotes, and then after the check, yeah, I don't really have a checkmate. So maybe rook c7 is not the move. After king takes h7. Maybe rook c8 is. Maybe rook c8 is, guys. How about that? But then I need to understand what's the difference between these three moves. If that was the solution. Okay, let's consider one of them. Bishop here. Yeah, maybe the difference is d4 could maybe potentially allow queen g8 or something. So let's start with bishop here, king takes, rook c8. Bishop d4, king takes pawn, rook c8. A threatening checkmate. He can sack the queen on c2 to prevent it. And I only see that to prevent it. So queen takes c2 check, rook takes c2, e1 queen. Then I have rook h2 check. And I don't have checkmate because king f7. But after the check, if my bishop is on e5, I can play king e6. And then the only way for him with the king on g8 to prevent the checkmate is to sacrifice the queen for the bishop. Is that it? Because the queen has no way to defend h8. Are you following me? Are you following me? So my idea is bishop e5. Now I found a reason to put it on e5. King takes h7, rook c8. The only way to stop the checkmate, I think, rook h8, is queen takes c2, rook takes c2, promote probably to a queen, rook h2 check, king g8, king e6. And he has no checks, except queen takes bishop. And the only way to prevent this checkmate on h8 is queen takes bishop, I think. He would love to play queen g7 or something to defend h8, but he doesn't have a move like that. So I think this is a very sexy construction to take two queens, threatening two different checkmates with the rook and the king and the bishop. Yay! Yay! It's working. Wow, look at that. We didn't see that move, but that hangs mating one. What? What is that? What was queen e4? What kind of engine plays queen e4? 1 point. Yay! Let us see again. Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? You were distracted. You know what? We could... Okay, this is the starting position. Maybe we can copy the Feng code and show on an analysis board. I don't think there's a lot of lines to show though. It's all very forcing. Yeah, okay, let's not show it on Lichess, not this one. So bishop e5. We're threatening to promote with checkmate. Black has no checks except this obvious. Look up the ID code on the other tab. No, I wanted to copy the Feng code and show on Lichess because I hate chess.com analysis board. Anyway, we're threatening to promote with checkmate. The only way to stop it is, of course, taking the pawn, and then rook c8, threatening checkmate. Only way to stop it, sacrifice the queen. Now we no longer have this. Chess.com, yeah, sorry. Isn't c1 equals queen winning also, Pepe? What are you talking about? Okay, and here king e6, important move. And now we have the same construction here on the other side. Cool. Okay, next puzzle. Sounds familiar. Hey, Buse. Okay, so this is about winning, of course. And so we needed bishop e6 to hide the king after. Yeah, we needed the bishop on e5 to hide the king on e6. You're very good with the domination stuff. Does that happen to you in a real game? Not like that. I mean, not as beautiful as you see, but yeah, sometimes you have some domination combos. Anyway, so the bishop is a bit in Zugzwang. I mean, right now the bishop cannot go here. So maybe if I transfer the knight to a different square, I could put this bishop in Zugzwang somehow. Something like this, maybe. Domination puzzles tomorrow? Yeah, probably, because I didn't prepare anything theoretical. Either we continue with rook and pawn versus rook, which is never-ending topic, or we do some domination puzzles. Yeah, probably domination puzzles. Okay, I don't see how it works, my idea, so I don't see how it works, my idea, so yeah, this diagonal is very long. It's very long. It's really hard to dominate the bishop there, unless we transfer the knight to f4, but then what's my threat? Then what's my threat? The king can move at some point, so it's not like I'm going to put in Zugzwang the bishop with my knight here and my king here. But yeah, I want probably the knight here and then play king f5, king g4, something like that. So yeah, there are ways to push the bishop out of the diagonal. I don't know if that's enough to win, because then my king and knight are really far away from the action on the pawn. So oh, but of course knight f6, you know, maybe I should, instead of looking for a construction, maybe I should just calculate. Knight f6 has a threat, has a real threat on e8. So what is black going to do about it? Knight f6, knight e8 check. I think king d8 is probably forced. King d8 is probably forced. Like any other move allows knight e8 and knight takes d6. Oh, there's king b6 as well. So there are two moves for black after knight f6. One is king d8 to prevent knight e8. I'm guessing e5 doesn't work. e5, e5, e5. Yeah, e5 could work. e5 looks working. So yeah, I'm gonna calculate that later. Let me first finish with this idea. Knight f6, maybe king b6, and if knight e8, king c5. and maybe I have nothing there. But yeah, e5 looks winning. So he cannot take with the bishop, that's for sure, because knight takes, pawn takes, king e7, and we promote much first, much sooner. So after e5, if he takes with the pawn, we have d6 check, and then I don't know, probably move the knight out. But what I'm thinking is after e5, he can just sit, he can just play bishop g3. I mean, what's our threat? He can take it, Pepe. What do you mean, Cefa? Give me a line there, because I don't think he can take it. The problem is I don't see what happens if he just sits. Did you play a game with Timur Gariev when you met him? No, we didn't play. Why not bishop e5, knight e5, d5, d6, king d8? No, it's Sphinxy. If e5, bishop e5, knight e5, d5, I play king e7 and I win. After d takes e5, e7, king e7 wins. So e5 he cannot take with the bishop. He can take with the pawn, maybe. I'm not sure about it. But he can just sit. He can just sit and play bishop g3. We don't have a threat. We don't have a threat there. So probably e5 we're gonna just lose the pawn. Okay, let's consider knight f6 for a second. What happens if he goes here? Maybe we have knight g4 followed by e5. Yeah, maybe that's an idea. So knight f6 with double threat, two ideas, one on e8, one on g4. That could potentially be it. Hey, Doctor Strange, what is up? And even if you push the pawn, he just sacks his bishop for it and it's a draw. Yeah, the bishop is a really good defender against one single pawn, even if there's a knight. There are ways to win, we've seen those, but I don't think with a central pawn we're gonna get it. But I like knight f6. It threatens knight e8 check and take the pawn, and it threatens knight g4 followed by e5, I think. So knight f6. He has two moves that I see, king b6 and king d8. My idea is, for example, after king b6 to go knight g4. He needs to keep the pawn defended. Bishop e5 clearly loses, so let's say bishop g3. I play e5. And now I do have a threat. He needs to defend the pawn with the king, so king back to c7 or king c5. Is the threat to win? Yeah. Well, if king c5, I might win with knight f2, which would be crazy. No, that's too crazy. He can take it. He can take it. Yeah, nope. You win the opposition. Rush it, Pepe. No. And I have to see what happens if bishop f4, but probably something similar. Yeah, and what happens with king c7 instead of king c5. But okay, king c5. King c5. Maybe e5 is not right either. If knight f6, there's bishop e5. Oh no, because I have knight e7. Ah, so knight f6. should win there. If he takes with the bishop, check and take. Check, there, take, here, there. And it's a winning endgame by one tempo, So I guess the point is that when you play 3500 rated puzzles, you have to have a joke move in there somewhere. Okay, so, and if the king goes back to c7 and the bishop is on g3, no, there I have nothing. I have nothing there. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. I have nothing there, guys. Has you refuted king d8? Jeez, you're fast. What? King d8? No, I didn't refute king d8. I'm thinking king b6. King d8. The idea was knight g4 anyway, but yeah, knight g4, bishop g3. e5 doesn't work. It would be lovely if the solution is king e7, you know, because we have all the time in the world. And maybe we prepare something with king e7. That would be funny. Okay, so knight f6, king d8. Let's calculate that. You're looking king e7? So knight g4 and knight h6, and if bishop f4 instead of knight h6, e5 again. Knight 5, bishop takes e5 with the king on d8. With the king on d8, bishop takes e5 is actually a draw. So maybe I need to play king e7. Hey Pepe, I just chose a topic for a stream. Can you already tell when you're gonna cover so I can catch it for sure? Yeah. You gave me your nickname, I guess, so I can send you a message after the stream if that's fine for you. What about knight g6 and king f5 to block the bishop? Yeah, but how do you block it? I mean, if I go like this, and then I reroute the knights to block, yeah, I can probably. Gotta go now. See you. Okay, see you, and thanks for the support. What do I win by blocking the bishop? I need a winning plan related to e5. I would love that this king goes here, not there, so that my plans work with e5. But yeah, I need a breaking plan. Like if I do a construction with the king on f5 and the knight on f4, and he just sits, how am I gonna win? I'm blocking the bishop, yes, but how am I gonna win? If I don't have my knight and king working to promote any of the pawns, his king is gonna have an easy job, I guess. So I'm gonna calculate knight f6 again, but now king d8 is annoying. I don't have any other ideas. Well, I have the idea of e5, and if he just sits, I go knight f6. That could potentially be another idea. e5, we said he cannot take. We don't know if he can take with the pawn. Maybe I could calculate that, but now I'm considering an idea for the most annoying line, that is he just sits, to go knight f6, and now if he takes, I don't have the fork I wanted to have. I go knight e8 check, and king d8, for example, knight takes d6. So I'm considering that could be a win. If he takes, it's a win, but of course he's not gonna take. So how are we gonna win if he does not take and he goes to b8, for example? If he goes to that side, I don't think I can win. To make the king on b6, you just need to play knight b6. Good point, Jacqui. I don't think that will work, though. I'm gonna grab more water, be right back. So I'm starting to consider seriously king e7, guys, because we have time. We have time. So the idea of knight f6, to my eyes, works very, very... Did you broke? No, I just hit a chair. It didn't break. King e7 looks the only way, so it's probably wrong. Yeah, it looks the only way in the sense that I want to go knight f6 to have these ideas on e8 and g4. But king d8 is annoying. So we can prevent it first. And yes, he can try and check us, but at least then we might have king e8 to keep his king out of there. And a good thing about this plan is that these pawns are really safe. Like, they're in the right color. So we can go this way and prevent this king from ever reaching these squares. With... I prefer to keep this attacked, though. No, it didn't hurt. I'm fine, I'm fine. You have to be a good psychological chess player, I guess, when you get to the 3000 level. King e7, then you can't play knight f6 because of the ping. Well, we need to consider what happens after bishop g3. Maybe we allow the ping anyway. I mean, he's gonna be in a bad diagonal. And he cannot take our knight, because, yeah, another good news, another good thing about this endgame is that he can never take our knight, because the pawn endgame, king and pawn endgame is lost. For example, if king e7, bishop g3, knight f6, bishop h4, I go back to e6 with the king. His bishop is in a bad diagonal now. He has to go back to g3. I guess he can never take the knight. Knight f6, knight e8 check will win. That's what we're trying to do, VCN. But I think we need first king e7 to prevent king d8. So king e6, if bishop g3, knight f6, bishop h4, I go back to e6, he has to go back to g3, and then I have knight e8 check, immediately winning. Which I guess it's what BCN is saying, that in this line I'm saying knight e8 also, already wins. Yeah. So I guess he needs to find something else after king e7. What can black try? We're gonna play knight f6, knight e8. Right? How does black stop that? Bishop g3? Yes, it's Sphinxy, but bishop g3, knight f6. I want to play knight e8. Well, it cannot be that easy. Black can try to find resigning button. Okay, let's say he tries... No, but bishop h4, it's not a problem. Bishop h4, king e6, and there's no way to stop... Oh, there's king d8. After king e6, king d8. But then knight h5 or e5 even. What about this throw line? Knight c5, knight c5? You're playing the useless game. Is chess which provides no benefit. What? Nitros, get out of here. What about this throw line? Knight c5, king d8. So I guess you mean knight f6, king d8. No, d takes c5. Ah, knight c5. Knight c5, really. And then, no, then we lose after d takes c5. Knight c5 we lose after d takes e5. Because you say e5, but bishop takes e5. And it's a draw if we take the bishop. He pushes the pawn. Yeah, it's a draw. It's a draw. Maybe he can win after king d8 instead of bishop takes e5. Anyway, the line we were considering is king e7, bishop g3, knight f6, bishop h4, king e6, king d8. And maybe e5 there, or what? Then I was thinking knight h5, but there's bishop e7. Oh, there's king back to c7 after knight h5. How do we win there? Knight h5. Okay, knight h5. Bishop e7. Knight g. My knight is on h5, Pepe. Knight g3 or knight g7 to go to f5. Yeah, knight g3, and if bishop f8 to be able to play king c7, I go knight f5 anyway. King c7, and he's kind of in Zugzwang, but so am I. Oh, I play king f7 there. King f7. King f7, and the bishop is lost. Yeah. Was that a forced line? Probably not. So I was thinking after king d8, I go knight h5, preventing bishop g3. So the only way to... Oh, there's king c7 also. I thought bishop e7 was the only move. But king c7 has to be a bad one, because then I will go knight g7, knight f5. Or knight g7, knight e8, actually. And he cannot repeat. After knight g7, king d8, the knight is much better than on f6, I go knight f5. Bishop e5 too, after knight h5. No, the bishop is on h4. The bishop is on h4 in that line. Yeah, we're in the line king e7, bishop g3, knight f6, bishop h4, king back to e6, king d8. And then knight h5 to prevent bishop g3. And if bishop e7, I think both knight g7 and knight g3 with the idea to jump to f5 should be killing. So yeah, if king d8 doesn't work, after king d8, knight g8, threatening king takes d6, knight g8. to prevent bishop e7, but then he has bishop g3, although it's probably working the same way. We prevent one of the squares of the bishop, then we reroute our knight to f5. So you have a point there, Jacqui, that might work. Knight g8, bishop g3, knight h6 to go to f5. But then king c7. Yeah, I prefer the bishop on the other diagonal. Knight e7, yeah, also knight e7. Knight e7 or knight h6, both of them. But then let's say knight e7, king c7, knight f5, bishop e5. And I prefer the bishop in the other diagonal because then I can trap the bishop. You know what I mean? Instead of knight g8, if I go knight h5, Twitch is lost. Okay. I'm gonna show after the puzzle, I'm gonna show on the analysis board what I mean. That I think I like knight h5 more than knight g8. Knight g8 might win, but your knight on c6 looks strong. On c6, no, but I want to win the pawn. That's the okay. I think we got the line. I think it has to be this. And after bishop f4, it's the same. Well, we didn't. I calculate everything with the bishop on g3. I assume that it happens the same after bishop, knight here, bishop here, king e6. And if king d8, probably knight h5 anyway. Yeah, because knight h5 covers those two, so it's probably the same line. It looks like the same line to me. Knight h5 here. Let me see. So my idea was knight h5, preventing bishop f4. So the only way to defend is either bishop e7 or king back to c7. We need to calculate both. Let's say bishop e7, my idea was knight g7 or knight g3, both of them trying to play knight f5. And because knight f5 is going to attack both bishop and pawn, I think the only move would be bishop f8 to be able to play king c7. So after knight f5, king c7, but then I have king f7 winning the bishop. So that was the idea. Now, is that forced? I guess I can have the same with knight g7. So maybe the puzzle stops after knight h5. But I think knight h5 is definitely the strong idea here. While knight g8, king back to c7, I don't know how do we make progress. So I think that knight h5 makes all the sense in the world right now. I'm gonna do it. I believe my skills. So I guess I take the pawn now. Yay! Yes. Okay, let's copy the Feng code of the starting position. Where was the troll move? There's no troll move. It doesn't have to be a troll move. Leeches. You did 99% of the job. Did I? Who did the 1%? Who did the remaining 1%? Analysis board editor. I understand the puzzle after you show it, but I would never make the right move so confidently. Don't overestimate my confidence. We're just spectators, so 1% for us. Okay. Clear board. Oh, I was looking for the Feng, where to put the Feng code. Now I see. It's down here. Took me a while. There you go. Analysis board. So yeah, we want to play this, but there's king d8, annoying. So king e7 makes sense. And now the first line I calculated was bishop g3, but he played bishop f4. I think it's basically the same. Knight f6 with this threat, pinning, only way to stop it. The thing is, if he ever gets the check, if we ever get the check, we're gonna take the pawn next move, and that's winning, because the king cannot keep the pawn defended. So the pin, of course, and now we go back to e6, pinning to winning, yes. So I'm still threatening that, and he cannot take it, because if he takes it, this endgame is totally winning. We're, you know, if you have blocked pawns and you get with your king to one of these three squares, it's 100% sure you're gonna take the pawn, and in this case that would mean we're winning, of course. So he can never take. So the best attempt, king d8. We cannot take the pawn now because our knight is hanging, but we can reroute our knight to a place where we can attack the pawn, namely f5 or f7. And the pawn is totally undefended now. So knight h5 prevents bishop f4. So the bishop has only, well, in the puzzle it went here, I think. The bishop has only this square to defend. Basically two moves I consider here, king c7 and bishop e7, but I think they both transpose. Maybe. Maybe not, actually. Maybe king c7 is more clever. So the line I calculated was bishop here, and now knight g7 or knight g3. I think both of them lead to the same. That if he wants to defend the pawn, I mean, we're going to attack the pawn with two pieces. That's sure. So if he wants to defend with two pieces, he needs to play bishop f8 now, right now. It's the only move. But then I attack the pawn, he defends it, and I trap the bishop. So that's the line I calculated. The bishop is trapped. And if he plays king c7 first here, I thought I would do the same. Knight g3 or knight g7. Ah, no, knight g7, exactly, because then I have knight e8 check. Yeah, and that's easy. That's easy, yeah. And it doesn't matter if he defends it, because, as we said, this check was winning anytime. This is winning. So that was cool. Cool. Yeah, with the king on c7 we go knight g7, of course. I guess the joke move here was knight h5, but it's not that dumb. Well, it's the only move to win. Oh. Okay. Maybe we do another. We did 4. It's almost 4 p.m. here, so I guess I should be preparing lunch soon. So let's do one more. Last one. Okay. Rook took something on b5. Well, there's this check followed by this check, which strikes as something more or less obvious. Then maybe follow up with this check, forcing the rook to block. Then the rook is pinned. Maybe rook back to a7 wins, except this is hanging here. So we have to be careful. Maybe f4 at some point. But yeah, rook a8, queen f8 definitely looks tempting. And once the king is on f6, we also have this check here, which is really strong. The king must go to f5. And then f4 followed by queen e5 looks strong. Yeah. I don't see any moves for black. Maybe queen h6. Maybe queen h6 still after f4. Now, why would I play f4 in that specific moment and not before? That's another question. Maybe, yeah, I think we need to play f4. No, it's the same. With the queen on g, the queen can never go to g4. Huh. So what could possibly be the difference between doing first rook a8, queen f8, queen h8, and then f4, or starting with f4? Of course, queen. If we start now with f4, there's queen d8, so I can see that. But after rook a8 check, king g7, if I do f4, oh, my queen is hanging. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, so the first two moves have to be this. Now, once the king is on f6, why not f4? Why queen h8 first? Ah, because if I do f4 first, then there's queen g7. Okay, 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 okay. So yeah, the line has to be queen h8 check, king f5, and then f4. Then queen to h6, queen e5 check, king g4, and I take the rook, on c7. How about that? Well, I guess he has rook b2. Rook b2 can potentially be very tricky now. There's h4 check, maybe. Oh, we have rook a4 check, by the way. So maybe let's not take the rook. Rook a4 is not check unless I play f5. Should be more than enough arrows to win. Not sure. I need something else. I need something. Queen e2 check, maybe. Queen e2 check, g4 check. No, queen e2 check. If king f5. Am I blind, or we basically take b5? What? Now you're blind. You're missing this thread, I think, Sefa. But yeah, maybe we play f4 and then we take. But then he takes here, right? And then we have this fork. So I guess f4 queen d8 is good for black. No, I think we need to start with this line check, check. And once the king is on f5, f4 forces queen h6. It's the only move. If king f5, h3 looks crashing. Yeah, I think it's crashing for black. h3, queen takes g3. Or no, we're talking about different lines. So play then. No, I don't see the win after queen h6. It feels winning, but I don't see it yet. Queen e5 check, king g4. Why he cannot play queen h5? It's a good question. I thought he couldn't. It looks wrong, but yeah, maybe he can. Taking rook on c7 is winning. I don't know about that. He has many threats. I don't know, taking the rook would be winning. Okay, so I'm gonna start calculating from the position with the king on g4. I have a good feeling about queen e2 check. except maybe not. Um, I'm not seeing anything. I don't see anything. Maybe I don't play queen e5. Maybe after queen h6, with the king still on f5, I do something else. But queen e5 is so tempting. It has to be right. But I cannot protect g4 in any way. That works. Can I? Queen e2 and h3. No. Queen h2. No, but if I play queen e2, his king is no longer going to be on g4, so I cannot play h3 with check. So what am I calculating? I'm calculating the position after rook a8 check, queen f8 check, queen h8 check, f4, and queen h6. And if queen e5 check, king g4, I was trying to calculate that. Then I can take the rook on c7, but I think after rook b2 or queen h3, my position is iffy. Because I have no checks. The king is on g4 safe, and he has all sorts of checkmate threats on h2 and g2. And what arrows? The arrows you're seeing, but I can put them again. Rook a8 check, king g7, queen f8 check, king f6, queen h8 check, king f5, f4, queen h6, or queen h5. Maybe queen h5 also works. So I need to look at both. Why not after king f6, queen d8? Queen d8 after king f6. Queen d8 he plays rook e7, I think. That's what I thought the first time. Maybe king f5 also working, I don't know. And if queen e2 check, king h3, queen f1, king g4, h3. Yeah, but then he can take h3 with queen or even with queen, because our queen is on f1. Oh no, sorry, with queen, only with queen, yeah. He can take on g3 as well. He can run back to f5. I don't know. Yeah, I had that position in my head with queen f1, and I didn't see anything there. So maybe I missed something though. Is queen e5 winning the rook? Not winning. But after queen takes rook, as I said, after queen takes rook, the king g4, queen takes c7, rook b2, I see a lot of threats for black and none for white. I assume we're getting killed there. Maybe, I don't know, if I play h4, maybe rook g2, or even king h3. If the queen is on h5, he has queen f3 as well. Queen f3 or queen h3. So, well, not with the king on g4, that's sure. So queen h3, let's say. Queen h3, no, rook c2 first, rook b2, and if h4, king takes g3 maybe, or rook g2. I would play rook g2 probably. I mean, it looks dangerous. I'm not saying, maybe we have a defense and we're rook up, but maybe I need to calculate that. That's, yeah. Because king g4 prevents queen f3. And if he plays queen h3 first, queen h3 first. Yeah, queen h3 first. Because I thought we had rook c2, but then rook b1 wins. But maybe we have rook a2. No, we don't, because the bishop is there. Yeah, it's after queen h3, position starts looking very suspicious for white. By the time he gets to king g4 and king h3, it's so bad that you have time to play rook a4 and stuff. No, 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 he plays queen h3 and I have no answer to queen h3, I think. His king is totally safe on g4 because I have no checks. I have no checks at all. And he's threatening to checkmate me. Rush it. No, I don't see the solution. Why would I rush it? Now this is the last puzzle and I want to solve it. Yeah, that line looks lost. Queen takes c7, queen h3. What if queen e2, king h3, queen f1, king g4, f5? Yeah, f5 is a move I want to introduce at some point, to have rook a4 check as well. So I was thinking maybe after queen e5 check, king g4, I play f5. But except I cannot do it at that specific moment because of queen takes c1. But yeah, f5 is a move that I want to do. Definitely. It looks right at some point. But the problem with your line is queen e2, king h3 is not forced. He has king f5 or bishop f3. And yeah, it's not forced. It's not forced. So, but maybe something along those lines. Maybe let's calculate that one. So again, from the beginning, rook a8 check, king g7, queen f8 check, king f6, queen h8 check, king f5. Whoa. Go home freak is now following. Thanks for the follow. Maybe we can find a sneaky move order now, because yeah, someone suggested queen d8 check as an alternative to queen h8, and then rook e7 may or may not be a problem. But I'm thinking, what about... No, I was thinking to introduce f4 one move earlier, so that the queen has to be on h6, and then queen h8 check forces queen g7. Although the queen can go to h5 anyway. No, they're transposing, aren't they? So what is the difference? I think that's a pretty good question. After queen f8 check, king f6, what is the difference between queen h8 first, that obviously forces king f5, or f4? I thought f4 was forcing queen h6, but as someone pointed out, with the queen on h5 there's no mate either. So queen h8, king f5, f4, he has queen h6 or queen h5. And if I play f4 now, instead of queen h8, my queen is still on f8. Ah, my queen is on f8, so there's no queen h6. Wow, I'm so blind. If other line, I am out. No, yeah, what I mean, there's a small detail, a small difference. That is, after rook a8 check, king g7, queen f8 check, king f6, my queen is protecting h6. So that means that after f4, he can't go to h6, he needs to go to h5. While if I play queen h8 check first, king f5, and then I play f4, he has the choice of queen h6 and queen h5. So in a way, f4 first, like in the third move, is more forcing. It forces queen h5. Why is the queen better on h5 than on h6? Still need to discover if that. But yeah, I thought the two lines were transposing, which was, you know, this is what happens in these puzzles. The big temptation is to go rook a8, queen f8, but if then I discover two lines that they transpose, either the puzzle stops there, which I don't believe, after queen f8, or then it was the wrong line. But at least we have a line that doesn't transpose, which is going f4, queen h5, then queen d8, then queen d8, king g7, queen h8, king h6, queen f8. Oh, that's good. Queen d8, that's sexy, because he has to go to f5. And what? It's the same as the other line. Oh, actually, he has rook e7 again after that. Queen h5, then queen d8. You force him to a bad square, I guess. Rook e7, rook a7. Yeah, rook e7, rook a7 looks strong. But okay, let's go. Let's say he goes king f5. I guess king f5 is the problem. Hey, Karmar, what is up? Yeah, with the king still on f6, I guess rook e7, rook a7 will be terrible for him, because then we're gonna take on e7 and then on f7 with check. So I guess the problem is king f5 again, like in the other line. After queen d8 check, king f5. Ah, but our queen on d8 is slightly different than on h8. We now have access to g5. We now have access to g5 instead of e5. So we could play like h3. And if he takes queen g5, king e4, queen e5, and then rook a3, and queen a1, that's checkmate. That's checkmate. So h3 he cannot take it. With the queen on d8, h3 he cannot take it. But the e4 square is available. Exactly what I said. You said that? If other move, I'm out. Oh, it's nice, this queen d8 idea and h3. And he cannot take it. Oh, but in my mind, the queen was on h6, not on h5. Okay, so everything's valid what I said, but all lines are starting with rook a8 and queen f8, so you might as well play that. That's a good point. Yeah, I believe that has to be the solution, but I want to see the full solution before playing the first move, as usual. Sometimes you discover a problem in the end of the line, then pause and think again. But I'm thinking from that position, so I don't need to play the move and risk my rating. Bishop f3 after h3. Yeah, the thing is he cannot play queen f3 or queen h3, so that's good news. Bishop f3. I guess then we might take the rook. I don't know, because black runs out of threads. But yeah, this queen d8 line is interesting. Let me see it again. So queen d8 check. If rook e7, I guess just rook a7. If king f5, this h3 move is beautiful. Maybe it's not the only one. But yeah, the threat is g4 because the queen is there. And if queen h6, we just play g4 anyway, right? Because king e4, rook a4 check. Yeah, that king is very suspicious. Um, and if he ever goes to if he ever takes on f4 after g4, we have queen takes rook with check, so that's good news as well. And rook a4 check, king goes down. That looks strong. So bishop f3, you said. Bishop f3 is really interesting because prevents g4, right? Bishop f3 totally prevents g4. So okay, the line again. Rook a4, rook a8 check, king g7, queen f8 check, king f6, f4, forcing queen h5, then queen d8 check, king f5, h3, and you say bishop f3. Do we have queen d3? Bishop e4, and queen takes b5. The rook is still there, right? Maybe he moves the king after queen d3 check, king f6, and he's defending bishop and rook. Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. But then queen d4 check, and the king cannot go back. The king cannot go back to f5 because of the checkmate. So yeah, that's nice. If the bishop ever moves to a square that doesn't protect d3, we have queen d3 check, king f6, queen d4 check, and e5, I guess, is the only move. Wow. Oh. And e5, queen d6 check, right? I mean, with the bishop on f3, well, his threat is queen takes h3 if we do nothing. But I guess we're killing him. If e5, queen d6 check, king f5. No, my pawn is on g4. No, it's not yet. It's not yet. My pawn is on h3. Then go back to f8 and h8 now. Yeah, probably after e5, queen d8 check. There's king e6. There's king e6. Then offer a draw. King e6, rook e8. No, it's king e6 after queen d8, so there's no rook e8. My queen is on d4 when he plays e5. So I thought queen d8. But queen d6 first. Yeah, queen d6 first after e5. Yeah. Then queen d6, he has to go to g7, then queen f8. Play first move. Hey Paquito, thanks for your gift. I watched your gift. Thank you very much. That was nice. Queen f8, king f6, queen d8, king e6. I see nothing. If you haven't got something for first move, play it. I see where you're now. 8 days of work? Oh, sorry. Sorry. Thank you. Appreciate the support, man. Then maybe rook e1 threatening queen d4. Rook e1. Which position? And calculate 9 moves from 10. Queen d8, so he cannot go back to g7. Maybe I just take the rook. You know what? Maybe in these lines I take the rook. After bishop f3, he doesn't have a big threat. And with his king on e6 or on f6, taking the rook threatens queen e5. So he cannot take on h3 with the queen, right? Yes, Sphinxy, if I take the rook, queen takes h3 threatens mate. But also I have queen e5 check, and his king is not on f5. I'm saying to take the rook when his king is on e6 or f6. Because if it's on f6, queen e5 is checkmate. If it's on e6, queen e5 is checkmate as well, because I have the pawn on c6. So yeah, after e5, queen d6 check, king g7, queen f8 check, king f6, queen d8 check. If king e6, I take the rook. That's what I'm saying. That there are some positions where I can take the rook and threaten checkmate on e5, so he has no time to take on h3. I think I'm gonna play it, guys. It's 4:13 here. Time to start preparing lunch. Yeah, it has to be that. Let's go. Wish me luck. Yay! And here I'm protecting h6, so f4 now. Yes. Okay. So here we calculated queen d8, king f5, h3, and if bishop f3, queen d3, queen d4. So you were calculating what you were going to have for lunch? No. I was calculating the time because I have Chicago time in my laptop, but that's another story. So queen d8, he cannot go to h8, to g7 because of the mate on h8, so he has to go king f5. And yeah, the queen is better placed here than on h8. And now h3. This is the critical move, h3. If this doesn't work, okay, h3 avoids queen f3 because there's a forced checkmate. h3 is the joke move, yeah. Good suggestion by Sphinx. In this case, h3 threatens g4 is a big time threat. I didn't calculate king a4, but I assumed that rook a4 should kill. Maybe not. So maybe I should have calculated that. We have also g4 maybe. Against king e4, maybe g4. Queen takes h3. And then rook a4 check, rook a3 check, and he has rook b3 or bishop b. No, he doesn't because the queen is here. g4, queen takes g4. What? I'm Mananaki. Thanks for the follow. Well, I play h3. I don't think I have the brains to calculate anything else. So, yay! He took it. He went for the checkmate. Now I need to remember how was the checkmate. So check, check, check was my idea. Check, check, check. And I missed rook b3, but I guess we have... Maybe I go with the other rook, right? To make it cleaner. So check, check, check. With this last check... Well, actually the last check could be this, because he has to go this way. if he goes this way, this check is mate. So he's gonna go this way, and that means that probably the faster checkmate is with the queen first, and then rook e1 is checkmate. Because if I go with the rook, then I need 2 more moves. Okay. Yeah, I had the feeling that the puzzle would stop here because there are like 2 different ways to do the checkmate. Yes. Wow. This was tough. This was tough. Many subtleties here. H3 required. Hasta la vista, Paquito. A tout à l'heure. How long did that take you? I don't know. I didn't count the time, but we've done 5 puzzles today in 2 hours and a half. So let's say like half an hour per puzzle. Well, discounting maybe. Isn't there a time next to the puzzle? No, the time is... No, I don't have a timer. There's no timer. Disappears after you solve. Oh, so it's there when we're solving it. Okay. Then we should pay more attention while we're solving them. Check the clip, yeah. Okay, yeah, 34, 33. That's good. Never actually noticed on the stream, but it's there on the website. I think I don't recall looking at it, but okay. Adios, amigos. Adios, Cefa. See you later, guys. I think it's at 8 p.m. Yeah, at 8 p.m. So it's now 4 p.m., right? Like in 4 hours, in less than 4 hours, I will be covering one of my teammates' games. The match on the Crazy House League. So I'll see you there. And then I have something else today? No, tomorrow. Tomorrow I have something else. Today I don't have anything else. So yeah, I'll be back at 8 p.m. Maybe, I'm not sure. I either record it on video and publish later, or I try to comment without, you know, I want to prevent cheating. That's the thing. So maybe I do some dual comments until after the games. I do some proper analysis, something like that. Anyway, I'll see you later for that. Have a good day. Bye bye.